Good morning, my name is Erica and welcome to a gentle Hatha flow yoga class. We're going to start today in child's pose, bringing the forehead to the mat, taking wild legs child's pose or regular child's pose. Taking a moment to connect with the breath here, feeling the mat support you, and leaving the worries of the day outside of the classroom as you take this next hour for yourself. On your next inhale, slowly start to walk the hands to the left side of the body, placing the right hand over the left hand, opening up that right side body with every exhale, sinking deeper into the stretch. Inhale, walking the hands back to neutral, all the way over to the right side of the body. Option to bring the left hand over the right hand to open up the left side body further. Inhaling back to a neutral position and pushing up into a tabletop, making sure that the wrists are underneath the shoulders, the knees are underneath the hips, and you can't see your feet in this position. Inhale, drop the navel, arch the back, bring the chin, opening the chest into cat. And exhale, rounding the spine, bringing the navel up towards the spine, tucking the chin. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat, cycling through these movements at your own pace, meeting back into a neutral tabletop position. Inhale, tuck the toes, and exhale, send the hips towards the sky. Perhaps walking out the dog, first dog of the day. Making sure that you're letting the head hang. Maybe you're nodding the head yes, or nodding the head no to open up the neck. Find stillness in the dog. And slowly exhale the knees back down to the mat, melting down the chest into puppy pose. Option to keep the chin on the mat, or option to keep the forehead on the mat. Inhale back into a tabletop position, planting the left hand on the mat, inhaling the right hand up, and exhaling, threading the needle. Option to take a bind here if that is in your practice. Or option to keep the left hand on the mat. Inhale, pushing the body back into neutral tabletop, planting the right hand. Inhale, sweep the left hand up overhead, and exhale, thread the needle. Option to take a bind here. Inhale the arm back up if you were in a bind. Exhale, push that right palm back into a neutral tabletop position. On your next inhale, bring the right foot parallel to the body out in front of you, crossing it over the left leg, placing the toes on the ground, and slowly finding movement, rocking back and forth, opening up the calf. Inhale, lifting the leg. Exhale, planting the knee, coming to the opposite side. Inhale the leg up, and exhale the leg back down, finding movement, opening up the calf. Inhale that leg back up, and exhale the knee back down, tucking the toes. Inhale, sending the hips towards the sky, back into down dog, walking out the dog. Slowly walk the feet to the hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, sweeping the arms up overhead, bringing the hands down to heart center. Finding a dristi, a point of non-movement, something you can focus on for the balancing portion of our class today. Shifting the weight into the left foot. Kickstanding the right foot, bringing the hands to heart center. Option to bring the sole of the foot to the calf or the upper thigh, whatever is in your practice today. Perhaps you find branches with your tree. Perhaps you find movement with your branches. Keeping the eyes on the dristi. Exhaling the hands back to heart center. Inhaling the knee up in front of us, keeping the foot flexed. Inhale the left hand to the outside of the right knee, lengthen the spine, and exhale, lower spinal twist. Inhale the hands back to heart center, and exhale that foot back into flying warrior. Option to keep the hands at heart center, option to keep the hands behind us into airplane, or option to bring the hands straight out in front of us, keeping a slight micro bend in the left knee. Inhale, back to neutral, and exhale, drop the foot, shifting the weight over into the right side, keeping the hands at heart center, finding the drishti once again, bringing the left foot to kickstand against the ankle, option to bring the foot to the calf or the foot to the upper thigh, but never going on the knee joint. Inhale, branches up, and exhale, finding movement. Option to keep the hands at heart center if this is too much for you. Inhale that right foot up, bringing the knee close to the chest, foot flexed. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, placing the right hand on the outside of the left knee and taking a spinal twist here. Option to bring the gaze over the left shoulder. Keeping a slight micro bend in the right knee. Inhale that hands back to heart center, and exhale, sending that leg back into warrior 3 or flying warrior. Option to keep the hands here, option to keep the hands back in airplane, option to shoot the hands forward. Wherever your hands are, inhale that foot back up in front of us, and exhale, plant both feet, taking a moment to shake out the toes. Inhale the arms up, exhale the hands back to center, taking a full forward fold. Inhale, half lift, exhale, forward fold. Heel toeing the feet out just beyond the reaches of the mat, planting the left hand, inhale the right hand up, and exhale, switching the palms. Inhale the left hand up, exhale, coming back to a neutral position. Taking the right hand, reaching over to the left ankle, option to bend the elbow here to deepen the stretch, option to slightly bend the knees here if that feels better for you. Inhale back to neutral, exhale, reach the left hand to the right ankle, option to bend the elbow here for a deeper stretch, option to bend the knees if this feels better for you. Inhale, planting the palm, taking one last stretch here, exhaling the head towards the mat. Option to find movement, option to bend the knees. Inhale, heel toeing the feet, back to center, into ragdoll. Option to have the hands grab the elbows, option to take a slight bend in the knees, and rock back and forth, opening the legs, opening the hips. Inhale, plant the hands, shooting the feet back into plank. Option to stay here, option to drop the knees into a chaturanga, keeping the elbows in towards the body. Inhale to up dog, and exhale, roll over the toes into down dog. Inhale, lift the right foot up, and exhale, bringing the foot all the way down to the front. Inhale that back foot up, and exhale, coming into warrior 2. Hips are squared towards the front. Gaze comes over the right arm. Making sure the knee is stacked over the ankle. Inhale forward. Exhale back to neutral. Inhale back towards the left. Inhale towards neutral. Go ahead and inhale all the way over, opening up the left side body. Inhale back to neutral. Exhale, bringing the body back all the way into a back bend. Inhale the body back to neutral. Straighten the right knee, keeping a slight micro bend always in the legs. And slowly coming down into triangle. Option to keep the hand on the hip. Option to keep the hand on the outside of the calf. Option to drop the hand all the way to the mat. Inhaling back up and switching the feet back into triangle. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fall forward. Bringing the mat. Left hand is on the outside of the calf, the hip, or the bottom of the mat. Into folded triangle. Inhale the body back up. And exhale, bringing that left knee over the left ankle. Right foot at a 90 degrees. Inhale, search the body forward. And exhale, opening up the right side body, keeping the navel tucked and the spine straight. Inhale, back to neutral. Exhale, coming back, opening the left side body, placing the hand, following the gaze. Inhale, back into our warrior two, and pinwheeling to the front of the mat. Inhale, the arms up. Exhaling the hands back to center, and forward fold. Slight bend in the knees. Inhale, half lift, straight spine. Your half lift might be on the mat, hovering in the air, or on the shins. Exhale, forward fold. Pushing, planting the hands and pushing the feet back into a plank position. Holding plank here, or dropping the knees, but always making sure the wrists are under the shoulders. Big inhale, and exhale, chaturanga, keeping the elbows in towards the body. Inhaling into up dog. And exhaling, rolling over the toes into down dog. Inhale, go ahead and drop the knees. Coming back in towards a 10-toe stretch. Leaning back on the hips, placing the hands on the tops of the knees. If this pose is too much for you, always know that throughout the class, child's pose or down dog are always available. Taking a moment to breathe here. Inhale, planting the palms, coming back into hero's pose on the tops of the feet. Inhale the left hand up, coming towards the base of the spine. Inhaling the right hand up, and exhale, taking a slight twist here. Coming back towards neutral and doing the other side. Planting the hand, inhale that left arm up, and exhale, slight twist. Inhaling back to a neutral position, finding your way to your bottom. Bringing the left foot out in front of us and the right sole of the foot to the inside of the left thigh. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, start to walk the hands forward, never compromising the spine, keeping the neck and the back straight. Big inhale. And exhale, round the spine, forward fold. Option to bring the hands to the thighs, to the shins, to the mat, or surrounding the feet. Inhale back up to a straight spine, and exhale, walk the hands back, switching the feet, bringing the left sole of the foot to the right thigh. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, slowly walk the hands, never compromising the spine, keeping the back straight. Big inhale, and exhale, round the spine. Inhale back to a straight spine, and exhale, walk the hands back, bringing both feet out in front of us, giving them a little shake if they feel tight. Inhale, straighten the spine, and exhale, start to walk the hands forward, keeping the spine straight. Big inhale, and exhale, round the spine. Option to keep the hands on the thighs, the calves, the mat, or the toes. Inhale back to a straight spine, and exhale, walk the hands forward, bringing the soles of the feet together into butterfly. Inhale, straighten the spine, and exhale, round the spine. Slight tuck at the chin. Inhale the chest up and forward, and exhale. Following these motions with your own breaths at your own pace. Slowly meeting back into a neutral position. Inhale, straighten the spine. And exhale, round forward fold. Bringing the head towards the toes. Option to bring the palms of the hands to the ankles, pushing down with the elbows on the knees to further the stretch. Option to bring the peace fingers to the toes and slowly push towards the feet. Inhale back up to a neutral position, bringing the legs straight out in front of us. Go ahead and place the right hand, the right foot, and the right sole of the foot over the left leg. Inhale, straighten the spine, lifting the left hand, and exhale, taking a twist. Inhale back to neutral, switching the legs. Inhale, straight spine, hands up. Exhale, bringing the right hand over the knee and taking a spinal twist. Option to bring the gaze over the left shoulder. Inhale back to a neutral position, bringing the soles of the feet straight out in front of us, leaning back to engage the core. Option to stay here. Option to keep the hands out in front of us. Option to maybe bring the legs up to play with the toes. Option to come into half boat. Option to come into full boat. Slowly exhale down into the low boat and inhale back up into high boat. Following this motion with your own breath, coming up and down at your own speed, and eventually finding stillness and slowly lowering all the way down to the mat, bringing the legs up into waterfall, flexing the feet, keeping the soles of the feet staring the ceiling. Option to stay here, or option to come up into standing, having the palms support the lower back. Legs are straight up in the air. Option to take ankle rolls here. On your next exhale, option to come down into plow, having the toes touch the ground in front of you. Keeping the hands on the lower back for support, and never moving the neck in this position, keeping the gaze forward. On your next exhale, option for dead man's pose, bringing the knees to the ears, the toes on the ground. Inhale back up into plow. Exhale the feet up, and slowly using the hands as support, coming down vertebrae by vertebrae. Bringing the hands out to a T, slowly bring the left knee up to the chest, bringing the right hand over the knee, and exhaling, keeping the shoulder blades on the ground, letting the gaze shift towards the left, stretching out that lower back. Inhale back to a neutral position, switching the legs, bringing the right knee up, the left hand to the outside of the right knee, shifting the gaze over the right side, keeping the shoulder blades on the ground, and pushing that knee towards the floor. Inhale back to a neutral position, coming down into Shavasana. Taking a full body stretch on the next inhale, and exhaling the feet up into Happy Baby. Option to use peace fingers here for the big toes. Options to keep the hands over the outsides of the feet. If this is too much for you, there's an option to keep the left sole of the foot on the ground and the right foot here, bringing the hands up and opening that foot hip flexor one at a time. Or staying into Happy Baby, whatever your body calls for you today. Maybe you find movement here. Option to find stillness. Inhale, full body stretch. And exhale into Shavasana. Taking a 10-minute Shavasana in our class. Bringing the left hand up, slowly rolling over to the fetal position on one side, using the right palm to push up into a neutral seated position to the meditative part of our course today. Straightening the spine, finding the sit bones, big inhale and exhale. Starting to connect with our Ujjayi breath, Filling the breath from the bottom of the belly to the chest, to the throat, out the throat, draining the chest, all the way down to the lower belly. Feeling your body fill up with breath and then release rhythmically. After our guided meditation, bringing everyone together with the palms of the hands to heart center, the thumbs pressing into the chest. Big inhale and a collective Om as a class. With so much love and gratitude for each and every one of you, together we say, Namaste. Thank you for coming to my class today.